Hello and welcome to my channel Fleece and Fibre Crafts. In today's video I'll be showing you 3 different ways to transfer an image onto fabric ready for needle felting. Inspired by the recent arrival of the puffins at Rathlin Island, Northern Ireland's only inhabited offshore island located off the north coast, I've chosen to transfer this royalty-free online image from Pixabay in 3 different ways, ready to bring to life in fleece and fibre. The first method is the one I prefer and use when transferring photographs or images onto fabric. Simply print out the image on regular copy paper. Higher resolution images work best, as they allow you to pick out all the details you need to include in your needle felted portrait. Take your fabric of choice, here I'm using a wool blend felt fabric, and position it on a foam block or other felting surface. Then carefully position the image on top so that it sits within the bounds of your fabric. Remember to allow room for mounting and framing, and pin it into place using sewing pins. Now take a drawing pin or needle and carefully poke around the outline of the image, including areas of interest, detail or shading. Step is to go back over all of the holes with a pen to create a small dot on the fabric underneath. Here I'm using a 0.4 fine nib pen to easily poke through the holes. The idea is to create a dot-to-dot image on the fabric underneath. Removing only a couple of pins so that you can lift the image whilst still keeping it in place, begin to join the dots you have made on the fabric below. This can look quite difficult and daunting at first, but just take your time. Keep referring back to the image and comparing the dots with the photo to carefully fill the lines of your image onto the Once happy that you've captured everything, you can remove the printed paper copy completely, ready for needle felting. In this second method, I'm using an iron-on transfer pen to transfer the image onto linen fabric. For this method, it's important to reverse the image when first printing it onto the copy paper, so that it will be correctly orientated when you transfer it. Print out the image reversed and using the iron-on transfer pen, carefully go around the outline and main features of the image. Do ensure that the ink is flowing freely and don't worry if you have to go over certain lines or areas again. Using a heatproof mat or ironing board surface, carefully position the image face down on the linen fabric. You may want to use a layer of greaseproof sheet in between the iron and the image to prevent scorching. I didn't, as you can see here. On a medium to hot iron, iron over the image to transfer the ink onto the fabric. Try to avoid causing the paper to slip as you press, as this will distort the transferred image. Check to ensure the transfer is working. You may need to press down on the iron for it to work effectively. For the last method, I'll be using printable water-soluble paper to transfer the image. This type of paper is commonly used in embroidery, but here I'm using it to transfer the image onto a piece of black wet felted wool fabric. It's always difficult to transfer images onto black fabric, and so I thought this might be a useful way to explore doing that. Simply print your image onto the water-soluble paper. I just used my normal printer, loading the paper so that it prints onto the peelable fabric side. Then position the image onto your fabric. You can trim away any excess paper that you don't need. Carefully peel the soluble paper away from the backing and position it onto the fabric, pressing it down firmly and smoothly so that it adheres to the fabric underneath. And that's it, ready to needle felt onto. Once your felting is finished, you'll then rinse the fabric under a running tap to dissolve the water-soluble paper. So there we have it, 3 simple ways to transfer an image ready for needle felting. Which method do you prefer? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching.